Drano. If nothing else, I'll just lockpick this for the experience. Operation Service Award, more Drano. Thank you. Okay. Love you, bub. Alright. Again, we have to look around the perimeter of the area we land in. One of these days, this is going to give me something extremely important. It'll prove the worth. But right up until that moment, this is going to just look incredibly foolish every time I do it. Oh, whoa, what's this? Ah, yes. Big old steaming load of nothing. Do like the coloration of this environment, though. My partner watches videos on YouTube of people literally just eating directly up against the microphone. It helps us sleep, but it's a genuine mystery to me. Yeah, I'm in the same kind of like that being a genuine mystery to me, but I do know that people really find those relaxing. I don't even know what I would eat if I were going to do a mukbang. Leaded Mark II armor. Ooh, Leaded Mark II armor with skill, two-handed melee +7. That can be relevant for a crewmate. So for anyone who is just getting back up to date, what we've done so far is we picked up the mission. Collectible tossball card for Aldo Vincente. We've picked up the mission. The daughter of a estate has sent us to try and find out what happened to her mother on Gorgon. It's the extremely TLDR there for you. Wait, I have a second jet, don't I? So C, B. Yeah, I should have like a second boost jump ability or something. There we go. Yeah, it's super quick clicks of the spacebar in order to do that. Monte-Cleo's better than nature. The only one of these that we might care about would be sure and straight barrels. So not really care about that. Taste of Freedom for Leaper Injectors. Dodge distance plus 20%. Don't care about that either. Champion Tossball Stick. Level 28, two-handed melee. Light Pistol Mark III. Trip Blade Mark II. Still not going to go for that. Rizzos have a Speed Grip. Electroslide Surface. Yeah, nothing else I really care about there either. I can't sleep when I'm alone, so I use the trick to... I use them to trick my brain into thinking someone's watching with me. Or someone's with me. Yeah. I get that sense. I always have music or a commentary track or a podcast, I guess, playing. Again, we get to explore secondary areas. Honestly, I should probably just gun down the main line right now. All of the things we're finding are not relevant.
I got supplies if you need them. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared.
All right, Kahil.
You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular. You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack. Unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten.
I'm going to give him my best unimpressed look.
You okay? Does your stomach hurt or something? Look, I ain't stopping you from wandering elsewhere. But if you do, be sure you watch out for the marauders. That's the #1 thing. And the Mance, I guess. You watch out for marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine. Only the meanest marauder on Gorgon, and also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
You're making me hungry.
Sorry. Been a minute since I last ate. Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of the most howling mad marauders you could find and mashed them together. That's Charles. That ain't right. Well, I warned you. If you run off and get exploded to death by a madman with a rocket launcher now, that's on you. Sure, okay. He's got a rocket launcher. I don't know. Hard to guess how many he's killed, given the explosions tend to obliterate any bodies. I'm joking. No one bothers looking for bodies.
I'm starting to wonder if there ain't a person on this rock entirely out of their minds.
Look, long story short, you do not fuck with Chuck. Best to avoid the Marauder camp entirely. That's my 2 bits on the matter. Yeah? The Marauder camp way out to the east. That's what I heard, at least. And I sure hope you're asking so you can keep a safe distance away. Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. It's got something to do with that scrapped Spacer's Choice project from way back. Damn alarm's been hollering at us for 5 years if it's been a day. You know, I don't dream anymore. It's all, please evacuate in an orderly fashion.
I'm impressed Spacer's Choice built something that lasted so long.
I think that alarm's gonna bang on for all time. Ain't nothing doing that control terminal in. I know, cause even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
What can you tell me about Project Gorgon?
Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a big hurry. From what I heard, some of their folks got left behind even. Don't seem like the project ended well.
Alright, what do you got for trade?
Found a pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
I mean, look. I'm known to crack a few skulls, and I did just tell you that I had taken previously 3 marauders and mashed them into a stew of bone and guts. So yeah, I might be interested. Handy deconstruction tool, love it. Attacks from this weapon deal bonus damage to auto mechanicals. It's very expensive and very weak. Got good discounts here. I mean, I should probably just sell off all the junk. Decent amount of money made back. I mean, look, we should probably figure out first if there's anything we actually want from you.
What can I get you?
What do you got to trade? Okay, so for the rest of these, there's a collectible tossball card. Tank, spaceship. Okay, those are the things that we sold you, aren't they, actually? Yeah, they're the trash that we sold you. Automag Ultra, as well as a Heavy Machine Gun 2. Deadeye 2. We've already got a Deadeye 2, unfortunately. I would happily upgrade for a Deadeye 3. Pulse Hammer Gold. With no grip modification. We need a one-handed hammer for Vardy, I believe. Yeah, all the rest of those look pretty underwhelming. Champion Tossball Stick. Sentry Saber Mark 3. Yeah, hard pass on those as well. They at least do give you a workbench you can use, though. I wonder. Okay, so it's just a workbench. No, wait, I can look at my armor. Good. I wonder. It's modifier that I'm looking for, right? So gadget. What I'm missing is a gadget install on this. I just don't know what those are. I'd seriously inconvenience a man for some dim sum. Oh, 100% agreed. Go wild for it. It's been way too long since my friends and I have been out to Yumcha. Like a year, maybe? One of our favorite pastimes, though, so something that hopefully we get back to relatively soon, pandemic notwithstanding. Patchwork mining gear and a rearranged mining helmet. There's also a tremor cleaver hyper in here. If I want a two-handed weapon that seems more reasonable. Upgrades body armor and helmet armor against shock damage. That might be a little bit of a hint of what we're about to start encountering, so I'm actually just going to jack all of those. Tactical shotgun Mark II. Don't really care about that, but I will take it. Drop it when it's no longer necessary. Alright. Let's continue further into the facility again. It may be one of the unique weapons like in Borderlands, where the pick may be a one-hit KO for robots. That might be true, but also if it was that, doesn't that seem like it'd be too overpowered? It's also worth noting, my character doesn't really use melee, so, like, it's not well suited to us anyhow. Interesting. There's an invisible wall preventing me from even getting to these. Gorgon, a Space's Choice property. Main menu, welcome user Tran D. Notice electricity rationing is in effect. By accessing this terminal, you consent to paying 1 bit per every option selected. Let's check the electricity rationing bill. I currently owe 9,508. I kind of do want to pay their bill, but I also... There've been 2 options so far offered to us for a hack 150 to give us some sort of a benefit. So maybe I just wait on that and then try and do that. Shipping history. Let's have a look at the outgoing shipments. Let's start with XOO. Ship name Perseus, Terra 2 Voip. It was port of load in Gorgon and discharge in Edgewater and Saltuna, right? 2,000 cartons containing Saltuna. Alert manifest content exceeds the maximum, the recommended maximum weight of this vessel. Got it. Let's go for outgoing and then Z24. 100 cartons containing prototype, and that's to Stellar Bay. 2 tons of raw ore of a mineral, and then 15 reassigned staff. Interesting. What about the incoming shipments? 0415T. Vessel name Ethics Gradient. From Tartarus to here. 25 volunteers. Now, Tartarus, we know, is the prison planet. So, volunteers from Tartarus sounds a hell of a lot like slave labor and or human subjects. 350 cartons containing 100 units of sterile injection ampules, 30 high-pressure steel containers containing oxygen, and 25 volunteers. Yeah, this is definitely they are test subjects. Return to incoming. Look at the next one. From Byzantium to Gorgon, 3 corporate security squads containing 3 fire teams each, and 1 flat containing 10 units Moonman standee. As well as a bunch of ammo. Okay. Wait, hang on. I need to see the day of the second one. Was the day of the second one significantly after? So it's the 11th of the 12th. Okay, wait, is it a year after? 2 months after. Okay. So 2 months after that, they decided that there was a need for more security, which to me says they did tests on the test subjects and the test subjects mutated, and then they tried to bring in the cavalry. Right? Makes the most sense. Return to root and look at the messages. Gimsy is the Gorgon internal messaging system interface. It's not the best choice. It's the only choice. Thank you for using Gimsy, your employer-sanctioned messaging system. Friendly reminder, your messages are company property. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or deletion of Gimsy content may result in your early termination of your employment contract. Let's start with incoming. From Mostly C. To Trandy from Mostly C. Various observations on the Argosi's rate of export with a reprimand. Mr. Tran, are you aware of the concept of relativity? It is a rhetorical question. I am aware that Space's Choice Trading does not include business philosophy in its curriculum. Consider this a remedial education. Broadly, relativity is an economic idea that describes productivity in terms of a relationship. For example, from your point of view, the Argosi's, i.e. your freight depot, export shipments at a perfectly reasonable rate. However, from the point of view of your enterprising colleague, i.e. S. Reynard, the Argosi's freight depot, Hang on. That voice is not sitting well at the moment. The Argosi freight depot exports shipments at a positively pathetic rate. If a single one of your colleagues is capable of 3 times your productivity, then relative to your colleague, that Argosi freight depot is a failure. The rubric of your success is measured relative to your fastest, strongest, and most productive colleagues. Do you understand? Furthermore, take a moment to consider the contents of the message below and commit them to your heart. Furthermore, please select one of the following reprimands to append to your permanent record. The quality of your work is unacceptably low by Space's Choice. Quality is low relative to your colleagues, or by receiving an official reprimand on your permanent record, you have violated the Space's Choice Code of Conduct, which will result in an official reprimand. Work fortifies the spirit, see mostly. So we have one outgoing to reign at S. And it is from Trandy, and it is about the efficiency. Silly, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Thrillbo Baggins. Thrillbo, enjoy your emotes in chat, and welcome back to the Republic, friend. Buddy, I don't understand how you managed to log 3 times the shipment I do out of that miserable shack you call an office. But you need to cut it the fuck out. Mostly's been poking around the Argosi ship rate numbers again, and he's just started asking why Louis and I can't pack as quickly together as you can alone. I'm thinking maybe I should tell him you're dipping into the supply of the prototype Adrenatime. I don't think he'd like that. Do you? Shit. Maybe you are. If that's the case, you gotta come and let me and Louis a hand when we load up the next haul of test subject corpuses. Get yourself a real good view of what the Chem's Wonder Drug does. Signed, D-Tran. All right, so the prototype that they're working on and the reason they have test subjects is to develop Adrenatime. Really enjoy how this person thinks of relativity as a purely economic concept. That is the thing that stands out most about it, right? Are you familiar with the concept of relativity? Everyone in the audience, yeah, kind of broadly. And then describing it in a completely different way that shocks the audience as well. Love it. Good writing in this game. Good writing. Let's go for the archived message. One from Velasquez L. It's from... Got it. Dom, you gotta help me out. The Byzantium's delivery gone MIA, and the big guy at corporate is messaging my personal terminal looking for answers. Not mostly, not Goodfellow, at seersucker suit wearing from Byzantium, Bancroft. Your kid still works for Cascadia, right? Do you think you could hop over to Stella Bay and I don't know, poke around the port, see if it's there? The shipment ID is Z24ML8TXY, the transport we picked up last week. I know it's a lot to ask, and I know how I'd be feeling. about begging for handouts, but I swear to the law, if I looked out my door and that Bancroft guy was... I swear to the law, if I looked out my door, that Bancroft guy would be there in the street slapping a wrench against his palm like a mob boss in one of those old bootleg cereals from the Brown Breaker. Please, man. You know how fond I am of my kneecaps. Louis. Thank you very much as well, Silly, again, for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Famewave. Famewave, enjoy your remotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic. Alright. Let's get back out on the hoof. I'm afraid no wildlife gets to live near me. Oh. Okay, so the loader is broken down, but to our benefit. Spilling out a bunch of ammo. And then I'm just very quickly going to follow the path down to the left. Make certain that I didn't miss something huge. Okay, so there is a...
Keep an eye out, Captain. This place don't look entirely safe.
Shipping yard? Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't look entirely safe. What with the body? Have we already got Adrenatime, or is that a new drug that's just being introduced? We have Adreno... Yeah, okay. Adrenatime is one of the common drugs. So that means Gorgon's fall must have been... If it's related to the testing of Adrenatime? No, it's probably after the testing of Adrenatime, right? Because it's like actually a product that exists now. Protective monocle. Also get some extra ammo there. Some armor parts too. That's through there, but I'm not going to be able to get that. So if you were forced to pick somewhere in this game to live, where would you choose? Honestly, probably the Groundbreaker. It feels like the Groundbreaker gives you the... Ooh, Impact Hammer Mark II. I'd actually be kind of interested in that. Can't lockpick it though. Yeah, the Groundbreaker seems like it gives you the opportunity to have the most impact in the world. Obviously, you know, being kind of relatively independent as far as independent exists in this universe is something that's also a very heavy appeal to it, I would say. Extra resources that we still don't need. Telescoping staff, though. Mark III. Pretty sure we got one of these earlier, but just in case. Get a second one. So wait, what? You're Felix. You've got that ability. So I got a tag with C to get Felix to do that ability. I've just forgotten a lot about the fundamentals of combat. Elevator discovered. What do you mean elevator? Oh, it's got to be on the other side. I've got a lot about the fundamentals of combat, so I'm trying to just casually remember those. Remodeled low pressure helmet. Unfortunately, we probably have to empty the head out of it because that person was decapitated as they were getting through. Okay, not going to be able to access that through there. Right, so this is going to be a gated off area for later, I have to imagine. Hey, Wonderbot, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated. Can we get an exclamation mark raid Wonderbot in chat? Actually, I'll also hit my exclamation mark Wonder. There we go, the button on the stream deck that I have set up for this. For anyone coming in from Wonder Stream, we've just started the Outer Worlds DLC Peril on Gorgon. We have, what's the best way of describing this character? The character is charming and intelligent and butt awful at everything else. We're also a sniper, we sit at long range, and we've got our companions teched for the ability to kind of tank for us, standing out front. If you're not super familiar with this game, it is kind of like a hyper-capitalist, kind of like apocalyptic world, created by the same developers who created Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian. This DLC is recommended to happen at level 25, which is one of the higher levels. Like, it maxed out at 30 in the base game. But it does look like it's a very standalone kind of area, so you probably do not need to know anything about the rest of the world. Gotta go get first food thirst, though, so lovely afternoon wraps to you as well. Thank you for the raid. Alright. Take some extra bits there as well. Fortunately. Well, are we about to be rewarded for... No, okay. That's just the geometry of the environment being interesting rather than rewarding it for exploring. I kind of do have that RPG sight of... That is probably where I want to go, so I must go everywhere else first. That kind of situation. That's an interesting name, friend. I wonder if I have the possibility of recruiting you in some way. Vortex Mace Ultra. One-handed melee, level 27. This actually might be... Oh, but it has no upgrade slots in it. It does look like a pretty good item to give to Pavati, though. Also, Silly, thank you very much for the gift of T1 subs to Bashboy128, THX3188, Althor, Tranix, Chaotic, Hooded Crow, and Rage Age, as well as Neutalot. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic, each of you. And again, Silly, thank you very much. Extremely kind of you. Alright. Thankfully, we can hack this, so I'll just take all the rest of these. Improved Thug Kit as well. Let's have a quick look at Pavati's weapon. Yeah. So what's the benefit this has over the other one, right? It's got a special effect of burn. Is this one at least considered a hammer-type weapon? No, just one-handed melee. But, wait, it actually does have 2 upgrade slots in it. Okay, yeah, we'll be using that and then finding a bench to upgrade it. And to Pieman 580 as well. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the public. Also, Silly, you just went over 400 gift subs with the gift to Rage Age. That is patently ridiculous. Thank you so much for your continued support. Get a model spaceship. A couple pet pills here as well. Over 400. Yep. That's where we are now. 403 with that one to Bajal. Or Baja 1. Baja 1, enjoy your emotes in chat. Welcome to the Republic again. Silly. Thank you so much. Alright.
This unit is currently in wait cycle. Please return later.
My character has robophobia, and we are kind of role-playing the character a little bit here, so scream in Mortal Terror and leave conversation.
Feeling a little rough around the edges? Try a soothing antibiotics cream and wipe those scream lines away. Have a better than natural day.
Silly Sundom also gifted to one sub to Mini Murgle to reach 404. Gift subs not found. Mini Murgle, enjoy your emotes in chat. Welcome to the Republic, as well as Good Lord Silly. Thank you so much. Alright. No extra trash in this area, but we...
This is so stupid. Georgie, you asshole. What are you doing? Hey, you got those drinks? Don't tell me it's Glacial Age again.
When did you become this picky? Beer's beer. Hey, what are we celebrating anyway?
1 year on assignment. Only 10,000 more to go.
No shit. And that makes it 1 year trapped in this goddamn closet.
1 year getting chewed out by Olivia Ambrose for doing our jobs.
1 year drinking stolen beer.
And 1 year as partners. In crime. Partners in crime.
Hey, you okay? Your face is all red. Let me get you some water. Hold on.
Partners, Georgie? Are you out of your mind? Get it together!
Okay, I really hope what we're going to have is, like, we get to explore the rest of the environment, and as we are doing that, we learn more about this kind of, like, evolving love story. I really like when they explain a world to you through the aspect of a love story that is occurring inside of it. It's a really, like, it's a trope to be sure, but it's a trope that I would happily receive more of. All right, so that seems like we've done the main exploration in this area, unless, like, these open. They do not. Okay, cool. Let's get back on the main path then.
Right, let's dance.
Really? Now, I would have sworn that we would be in one-shotting territory, but...
Watch this.
Every enemy, but apparently not. I'm going to have to be careful, because we have taken nothing that makes us better at close range.
Nobody messes with you, bud.
So if enemies want to do it like that, we will actually die. Okay, the crack shot's on the far distance. Both of my allies are down. Come on, crack shot. You and I both, my man. Sorry, bud. You didn't do enough adrena time before coming to this fight. Brought a knife to an adrena time fight. Knife to a drug fight? That one runs left the tongue better. Also, again, I want to say how much I love the shenanigans with Downfall. It's great. I am so pleased with that series. I am over the moon. What are your thoughts on Gorgon, Pavati?
I hope we can help Miss Minnie uncover what happened to her mother. I wouldn't wish the pain of not knowing on hardly anyone.
Also, Maxwell, thank you very much for the gift of the tier 1 sub to Kai Unknown 13, as well as Silly Pseudonym for the gift of the tier 1 sub to Mutaka 7. Enjoy much in chat and welcome to the Republic, yo. Alright. So that's going to be the non-facility line. Actually, let's check the map. Okay, so if I actually want to go exploring main facilities, it's there. Okay, so these also both come back around to the same area, and this is considered to crash ship a main location. Got it. As soon as I have like a lay of the land of this planet built in my head, like all of this has become a lot easier. But it does take a moment and a bit to get there. All right. Sprouts, shouldn't really care about them. But it's free experience. I have to. Head, don't want that. Space is Corona. Definitely don't want that. All right. Hang on. My companions don't actually teleport up onto this platform. They usually do. Unfortunately, not in the circumstance. Hopefully, they just teleport back up here, though, because I don't want to actually have to deal with going back down to collect them. Oh, workbench. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so workbench. We'll use this to upgrade the Vortex Mace Ultra that we just gave to Pavati. Ideally, I would like to give it not durability. Attack speed matters a lot. So we'll probably go for attack speed there. And then this is N-Ray. Turn this to N-Ray damage. Why is it saying down? Mini Murgle, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Says, don't have the money left in my Twitch budget for a gift sub. Yes, I have money just for Twitch donations. Here's some bits instead. Much appreciated, Mini Murgle. Thank you. We love Outer Worlds. I feel bad for missing the original series, but I prefer this sort of gameplay rather than the beginnings of a game like this with all the introductory bits. Yeah, the introduction was a little bit slow, but that is because I like to take my pace with games like this. Try and figure out the universe that I'm working in, the context of it, so that then in the future, when things are like subtle, like they're written subtly to try and give you hints should you know enough context about the world, I get to pick up on those. N-Ray is weird. Bypasses armor, yeah. It's negative 50% of the damage, right? But it's showing me that it's extra damage? Is it not? Oh, no, it's showing me the amount it decreases by, not what it decreases or increases to. Okay, so this would... So the damage per minute would go down... Huh? So as... This is currently telling me that my damage is... not just going down from 8,499 to 23,796, but that it's going down to negative 15,000, right? Is that not what it's telling me right now? I don't want to heal my enemies for a ridiculous amount every time I hit them, so I'm going to install this one at the absolute least. Overflow error has to be something like that. After installation, it can't be removed unless you're initiating your Tuoso. That's fine. I don't intend to. Yeah. Extremely weird. Guess I'm not going to give it another upgrade at the absolute least yet. We'll look for anything else possible, though. And in fact, they may have extra mods in this area. I just like one that's just like, you know, plus 25% damage. That'd be enough for me. Because the rest of us have so many N-ray weapons, I don't know if we need one on Pavati. Someone should be dealing like an upfront large amount of damage. A flawed exosuit. The exosuit contains armor. Okay, so it's not unique in any way. Although you can usually tell that by actually just looking at it, so I should just keep that in mind. Offers a spine gold. Don't really care about any of these. I'll take the mag pick as well as the armor and the junk card there. Alright. Bit cartridge and bit cartridge. Run out. No matter what game Raps plays, he's got to get the big numbers and break it 100%. Like, everything that I have done so far with my character's build has been based around critting people in the head and killing them instantly, which is why I was so concerned when I got here and crit someone in the head and they did not die. So, the hunting rifle ultra, are you in disrepair? What's with your damage right now? Oh, so never mind. It's just its fire rate is very low. So yeah, that's the damage that's missing on it. But I still should probably just repair it. I think it is missing out on a lot of damage from that. It's just repair all. Easy. Sleep well, Paula, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, and then the pink slip is our 5th. Marauders. Okay, cool. We're gonna use this fight kind of just to test out whether either of our sniper rifles, any of our sniper rifles rather, is gonna be good enough for taking these targets out in a single shot. Because if it's not, then suddenly I want to respec. Okay, we're fine.
Don't let up.
Alright. Get the Colossus in the background, have Felix hit the drop kick, and then the hammer smash from Pavati to follow it up. Take out the target they were finishing off, and they take out that target for us. Beautiful. Get handled. Pie Man, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to the community. Hitting Lushington #1. Lushington, first of your name. Enjoy your moments in chat, and welcome to the Republic as well as thank you, Silly, for the 100 bits. Alright. Oh, weird. Colossus was apparently still alive for a weird period of time there, and everyone ran away from it instead of continuing to engage. They are set to aggressive, so I thought they would have just stayed fighting until the fight was over, one way or another. Apparently not, though. Alright. Berserker with another Vortex Mace Ultra. This is really good. So the previous one we already upgraded, and we learned that without Virtuoso level, we are not going to have the Magnum and Funtime Barrel. Not relevant. Okay. Without the Virtuoso level in engineering, which would be a lot more points investments for us, we're not going to be able to remove mods. But that's totally fine. Because now we just have a second copy of the same weapon, should we decide other mods would be better in this scenario. Alright, Tatara Source. I'm going very broad on this loop right now. Jerome's Journal. Day 0.
Ship just left. Law blessed for getting Lenora off this blasted rock. Etheridge called me a fool for giving him my ticket, but Etheridge is a dumbass, so what does he know? I'll do it again in a second. From now on, my only goal is survival until Space's Choice comes back for the rest of us.
Got it. So this is one of the people that was left behind in the Gorgon experiment by Space's Choice.
Elle, my heart, I will always find my way home to you.
Day 1.
Some have sheltered in the mines last night, taking turns to keep watch. I don't care to imagine what happened to the others who aren't here. I can hear marauders screaming in the hills.
Day 2.
Used a little adrenal time today. Not much, just enough to stay alert. Lucky I did. We wouldn't have heard those Manosaurs coming in time to get the hell out of there. Gonna search for a different cabin to take shelter in tomorrow.
Day 3.
Mine's not safe, Lord damn it. Should not have gone there in the first place. I think we were exposed to something in the air, maybe?
Day 5. Skips a day.
Most of us made it over to the apartments. We're packed in here like salt tuna. For now. But hopefully we can get a few more units barricaded and sealed up tight. Make them safe. So we can spread out a little bit more.
Day 6.
I went by Els in my old apartment to hunt while hunting for supplies and stashed the flask she gave me the day that we signed our marriage contract. Just in case something happens and she comes looking. Maybe she'll find it, maybe she won't. Well, that's if some shiftless looter doesn't find it first.
Day 7.
Carlson's been show up with everyone today. Carlson. Most days you could drop a flange wrench on her foot and the woman would apologize for being in the way, but for a minute there I really thought she was gonna stab Simon.
So, did a little Adrena time. I feel like we've been exposed to something. People are getting more aggressive. I feel like we're learning where the more Marauders came from.
Ambushed my Marauders in the night. Had to use Adrena time to keep awake. Sorry, I didn't have much of a choice. Even with the Adrena time, I almost can't imagine I can't believe I outlasted him. Next time. Maybe not best to think about next time.
Day 15. We're starting to get... I don't know if those are like typing errors that are being introduced here. Yeah, it's introducing typing errors.
Starting to think we're spaced, but can't think like that. Gotta get back to Lenora, I swear. I miss you like breathing. Low on Adrena time, gonna have to go look for more.
Day 22.
Elle's just gotta get back to Elle.
Day 34.
Etheridge stole my mock apple and that void forsaken sprat sack. Want to unzip his arms off and beat him with them. I could do it. He sleeps, so weak and stupid. Stupid Etheridge.
Day 42.
Where in the system is Space's choice? Where are those blasted ships they promised they'd send for us? Do they forget we're here? Makes a man wonder. All my loyalty and all that. Only loyal to Elle now.
Day 46.
Maybe they abandoned us. It's on purpose, I know it. On purpose. They left us here to die. They left us here to die.
Day 49.
If Etheridge steals what's mine again, I'll end him.
Day question mark.
How long does it take to send help? How come back and face us, you cowards, you spacer cowards.
Day question mark plus partitioning line. I feel sick. BC trying to pitch Elle's face. I can't remember it anymore. Forgive me, Elle. Etheridge dead, deserved it. And then day or day, D-A-Y-L. I like that at the very least L was the last thing that they typed. Hopefully the Marauder Colossus is not the person that we were just reading the entries of, because that would feel slightly bad. Everyone is stocked up on a bunch of Adrena time. So I think that's kind of confirmatory to our suspicions. Alright. That was just more environmental storytelling for us for the moment at the absolute least. Okay. Gotta check our corners just in case. What do you got for us, bud? Sawed-off shotgun. Not super relevant. We'll actually leave that one with you. Patchwork mining gear. Also probably not relevant. Definitely shouldn't have taken it. Oh well. It's another shut building. Fast travel locations discovered. Gorgon Ruins. Okay. That's a space choice building. Is this considered the Gorgon Ruins? Economic flats. Okay, so this whole area, this plateau is considered the Gorgon Ruins. Got it. This is probably one of the facilities, I have to imagine. Bloody body, you mean item chest? Exactly. Just, you either pop the lid or you just rifle through their pockets. It's the same thing, ultimately. Just found a chest with a bunch of Adrena time in it. Transmission Tower Alpha has also been discovered. Honestly, Transmission Tower Alpha is probably not where we want to start off. Seems like the kind of thing that is going to contain someone we would end up talking to. I'm going to get as much information about the environment as I possibly can before I have to do that. No, but this is the actual location we go to, so hang on. Which do I prioritize? Now available, change the damage type to corrosion. Or N-ray. So that's interesting, because I don't think I have a corrosive weapon, right? I avoided that? Yeah, I don't have a corrosive weapon. So if we want to add extra damage types, we could give corrosive weapon to Pavati's hammer. It's just I'll have to make a little bit of money first. Oh my... I mistook them for my friends. Thank you, friends. Yeah. That's why we need to stay from afar and try and take out targets, because 1 or 2 good hits and we are out of HP.